Hi, in this demo, I'm going to show you how to use AV command line to manage your stacked PRs. Stacked PRs is a great way to break down your large complex changes into smaller changes that are easy to review. In this example, we can create two separate changes, one for backend, one for frontend, that are dependent on each other, so we'll stack them on top of each other. So once you've installed the CLI and set up your get a personal access token, the first thing you would want to do is AV init. This initializes some of the metadata in your repository. Once you do that, now we're going to create a change for backend. Let's just call it backend file. And instead of creating a branch using Git, we're going to use AV stack branch. And let's call it backend-1. So as you can see, we have this file, so we're gonna just simply commit backend changes. Now, to create a PR, once you're ready, you can just do AV PR create. This creates a pull request. You can also update the title and the body before submitting it. And here it creates this backend change. Nothing too exciting, where we have a backend branch pointing to the main. Now what we will do is, likewise, we will make a change for frontend. You can also use AV stack branch commit to actually automatically create, let's just call it frontend change. What this is going to do is it runs two separate commands. It does create a stack branch as well as add this commit to this branch. So now if you look at git log, so we have the front end change and we have the back end change. So, and let's also create the PR for this. The interesting thing to know about this PR is instead of creating this PR front end change on main, it is actually creating it on top of backend, which makes it easy for you to review these changes independently. Now let's imagine a situation where you have a backend change where somebody provided feedback and you have to modify it. What you can do is AV stack switch and choose your backend branch. Now we have backend branch. Here you can modify, let's just say we have to add more changes, and we will stage them and likewise commit them. More backend changes. So given that this was in the base branch, now you can actually run AV stack sync. What this is going to do is it's going to rebase so that these commits now become part of the same history. So your front end branch also gets updated and rebased on top of the most recent changes on backend. And yes, we're going to push these changes to remote. It pushes these changes to GitHub. There you go. You can also do AV stack next, which essentially goes to the next branch, which is front end, and we look at the log. Here you can see there is a backend change, and these are the changes which we introduced more recently, and the front end changes. So now if you go to the front end PR, it looks correct, and as well as in the backend change, it has both of these commits here. This is how you can use Stack CLI. If you have, let's say you also created branches before outside of AV CLI, you can also adopt them. So if I go to hello test, this is not part of any stack. So I can say AV stack adopt -- parent main. And now if I look at the AV stack tree, the hello test is now also based on top of main, and front end and back end changes are also based on top of main. We also can specify all of these things in your git config to make many of these commands run directly as git aliases. So in this case, as you can see, we have like these stack tree, stack switch, all of them as specified as shortcuts. So we can actually run git tree, which internally runs AV stack tree as well. Give it a try and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.